while we're on our technical difficulties, which will be resolved shortly, do me a favor. Hey, Stephanie. How are you doing? Stephanie Ramsey. Oh, okay. We back. I'll pull it back up. Refresh. Let me let the lover boy in the building. I'm giving everybody a nickname. Everybody. You'll get a nickname. You'll get a nickname. Okay. Good. Yeah, we are back. So, now, Shan, real quick, just tell me, is it, can we speed it up? Okay, I'll let him work out the technical difficulties in a moment. Robert, the guy who FaceTime, I don't know how you find somebody in a butt down. I don't get that, but I mean, it's perfectly.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened. All I know is I looked down and it said Chris Davis, and I was like, well, I'm on FaceTime and Chris Davis, and it wouldn't have been a flattering moment either. Chris would have been like, "Oh, Jesus, what the hell?"
Oh, well, here's the funny thing. I didn't even see it. So when I got a text, did it on accident. I'm like, what is he talking about?
No, I was getting out the car and I like fumbled the phone, and for some reason.
Oh, you good? Leah B. Hey, Queen.
Chanel is in the
Yeah, I know. Waiting on the live stream.
My man Colin Harderman is in the house.
Live stream to catch up. I will mute. Can you hear me?
Mr. Longmire is outside. He must be at joint practices today.
He looked like he's filming. What's up, Colin?
What's up?
Hey, Colin, can I tell you something? Real talk.
Sure.
You remind me of my like a baby brother.
Chris up here trying to start his artificial family. Shannon's the dad. Now I'm the little brother.
Actually, he looked like a cross from two musicians.
He does.
Isaac Hayes and Teddy Pendergrass.
So I've been told Joe. I've definitely been told.
And so
he got the whole Isaac Hayes thing going on right there, though.
So Daryl is the barbecue uncle, right? You know what I mean? The uncle that puts you on game so when you bring a woman to the barbecue, he be like, "All right, I see you, nephew.
All right,
I see you.
I see you, young buck. Yeah,
Daryl's that uncle. Shaheed is the young cousin that plays ball, that hoping that he makes it to the league, and we all Gucci.
Make that money now. Go ahead, young fella, make that money.
Right. But he want to be in the streets.
Right now, everybody can get paid, young fella. Get that money.
That's hilarious. Are we live?
Yeah, we live, bro.
Oh, we live. We're waiting on the countdown to end. So
can they hear
no countdown? We live.
We live, bro.
I thought we were.
Yeah, we definitely.
I thought we was in the green room.
I didn't run another countdown.
Oh, we on the air?
Oh, see, I thought I was. See, it's still showing me the countdown, Sam.
This is our intro bloopers right here, ladies and gentlemen.
The countdown. Are you on YouTube? If you're not,
we're gonna edit this out.
Man.
Yeah, we live.
Oh, there we go. To the end. No, this must be the old one. So let me go.
Yeah.
Let me go to home.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ask a Black Man Anything. Feel free to come on and ask us your questions.
Okay.
He's straight bugging. Straight bugging. of them old school terms. He bugging.
Damn, that's all bad. I feel bad now. Colin drinking juice and stuff. I'm over here doggone wine.
Smoothie.
Everything
I know. I feel unhealthy right now. It's been a day, though. It's been a day.
Antioxidants, omega-3s, amino acids, all the good stuff.
Yeah,
Grapes.
I'm smoothied out for the night, fellas. I think I'm gonna shut it down with 80 ounces of water before I go to bed.
Oh, I can just go there.
I have enough for everyone.
What do you put in yours?
Chopped bananas, wild blueberries,
Colin,
wild frozen blueberries, plant protein, cacao.
Cacao, he's getting that straight cocoa.
Yeah, plant protein, cacao powder, coconut oil, almonds, cinnamon, and then I top it off with coconut water.
Damn, show it to us again. Let me see. The big jug.
So the blueberries overpower everything else.
Yes, that's what makes it purple. So I call it the Joker drink. It's very good.
That look good as
fuck. I started putting
I
put MCT oil in mines, and I got organic protein powder. Put a little bit of sea moss in there with red beet powder, peanut butter powder. Man, listen, I'm on a mission, bro.
Chris, how's the at Clubhouse?
Shan lit a fire on this. Shan lit a fire on this 2 weeks ago. I mean, about a month ago. I ain't going out like that, Shan. You talk about me all you want to. I ain't going out like that.
Quality over quantity. And the good thing about this is it can be a meal replacement also.
Wait,
I'll be hungry right after those.
Who said what?
I have a big one.
Chris, I was just asking, is the audio good over at Clubhouse?
Yes. So restart. Let's go. Welcome, Shaheed, Daryl, Shan, Robert, who's outside looking like he's on a mic in the palm trees, and my young brother
live from on location. Robert coming live on location.
Yes, sir.
Listen,
Robert said, "This ain't no virtual background. This is real.
Facts.
This is real. I'm in Cali, baby. This is the Cali palm tree sunshine."
Real quick. Shaheed and Daryl, are y'all cool with meeting up in Houston in about like 6 months?
Absolutely. Houston is the city. You'll get no.
We already. I just need Shaheed's answer because
you get no problems out of it.
And Shan.
Yeah, we can.
Shan, Houston in about 6 months.
What we doing?
We doing a little Ask a Black Man reunion.
He done forgot the anniversary already, man.
No, what the fuck we doing? You know, I ain't just want to go to Houston and meet up with a bunch of brothers.
First inaugural. We'll do a live from Houston, and whatever goes.
Okay, I'm saying we're going to, because I don't do strip clubs, but I'm just saying.
I don't need.
No. I don't have it all planned out. I just want to know if you're coming. That's all. Okay. Never mind. Reset. Rewind.
Houston's not ready for Shan.
Welcome everybody to Ask a Black Man Anything. Tonight is Thursday night. It's 9:15. I'm your host, Chris Davis. I want to introduce again my fellas because we had the remix. Shaheed, Derek, Colin, Robert, welcome from live on location. And Shan, go ahead and introduce yourselves again, gentlemen. And then we'll kick the show.
Everybody. My name is Shannon Rawls, coming from Los Angeles, 49 years old. I hate doing introductions. Chris be forcing it on us, but we got to do them, especially when we live.
Thank you.
I give a lot of information to young black brothers to be better black brothers. Been married, been divorced. I've been in relationships. I've been out of them. I'm currently single. I know a little bit about everything. The two ships is the things I talk about the most: entrepreneurship, relationships. Self-proclaimed expert in both. Anyways, so I appreciate you guys having me be here. Got a lot of information for everybody. Ask questions. Ladies, make sure if you have questions, don't ask in the chat. Come on live. Ask us the question. You don't have to come on video, but we got to hear your voice so we can have a conversation so you could talk back to us and give us your feedback on what we say and vice versa. So appreciate having you guys here. And let's move it down to Shaheed. What's happening, boss?
Man, Shaheed Muhammad out of Los Angeles, California, by way of Phoenix, Arizona. It's your favorite black cowboy, man. Let's get this rodeo started.
Is it on me?
Yeah, I was last.
DB from B More. I don't really have to say it again, but I want to say it more. Your favorite coach, your favorite love expert. I failed at a whole lot of things, but I don't fail on giving love. It just means that you might not be able to receive the type of love that I'm giving. But hey, I'm gonna give you some love tonight, and I pass it to my man, Colin Hardeman.
Hello, everyone. Colin Hardeman. That's it. It's on you, Shahid.
It's all me.
Robert.
No, Robert Longmire out of Bakersfield, California. 37 years old. I'm not self-proclaimed anything. I failed at a whole bunch, but I learned a whole lot in the midst of it. So here to add value, here to give as much input as I can, as long as it's valuable input and hopefully received well. I'm ready to get the show rocking, man. Let's see, we got a hot topic, or we're bringing up a lady. What we doing? I'm ready to go. I got to get my energy up. I was sleeping before we started, but I got my wine. I got all my snacks and stuff. I'm good to go now.
This dude said he got wine. I'm not even mad. Listen. Matter of fact, I feel like I need to drink more water right now because you said you got wine. I got a smoothie. Anyways, I am Chris Davis. I am your host of Ask Black Man Anything. I want to be welcoming you all amongst these generals, amongst these kings, amongst these men who've done something that is great. And that greatness is they've all failed, but they all got back up and did it again. And that is the hallmark of something great, right? That's the beginning, the middle, and the end of you, somebody who you want to be around. And I am having the plum-pleasing pleasure to be around generals that do exactly that. I, too, have dropped and fallen. Matter of fact, let me show you my book real quick, wherever it is. Ooh. Sorry about that. Good, folks. It's supposed to be right here. Got it. The Edge of Greatness. See, I told you, greatness. When you fall, you get back up. My story quickly, I've been fired probably about 12 times. And if you read the book, you find out why. Yeah, but it led me to the path that I'm on now. And I'm excited to be on this on this journey with these great kings, with these generals, man, with these gentlemen who are honest when we're here. Right? Honest and giving good feedback. You might not like it, but guess what? That's perfectly fine. You don't have to like everything. You don't have to agree with us, but at least we tell you our truth. And that's the point of this particular show. We give you our truth, and we hope that at the end of the day, we are able to plant a seed or give you something that's valuable that you can take away. So with that being said, if you're currently on Clubhouse, which is where we started back in March, make sure you join us live on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/askablackmananything to join live, or go to join.aabma.live to join us in the conversation. We'll see you here. Make sure, and the raise hand feature is off on Clubhouse, so you won't be able to come to the stage, but you will be able to pose a question by going to join.aabma.live. Make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. Make sure you are liking our Facebook and Instagram pages, and follow me because I'm probably the most handsome guy of all. Just teasing. Actually, the most handsome guy is that young guy next to us. You know, he's them all, him and West. Anyway, anyways, man, we thank you. Shan, I think you said you had somebody in the green room.
She bounced out. She was Chanel from last week, but she may come back.
Okay. And was she in the green room on the other line?
Yeah. She was in the green room over here on YouTube, waiting to go live, and I had her face and everything. She just she stepped up. She came in and went out, and then came in a third time and went out. So she'll probably bounce back later. I don't know.
Cool. I normally this part of the segment is hey Jasmine over in the comments. Hey Asha and hey Carla. I don't see everybody because you're not actually chatting in the comments, but just say hey. Make sure you like the broadcast because that tells YouTube that we're putting out good information, or dislike it. Either way, to do one or the other.
And also, Chris, they need to subscribe because we need at least 688 more subscribers. So we pushing the pedal to the metal, and that'll put us at another threshold. So definitely subscribe to our channel. Push it like you see it pushed down the street in a cart. We are delivering. We're delivering it to you right to your doorstep.
He freestyling.
Push it real good.
The subscription game. What up, Tasha?
Anyway.
What up, Jasmine? What up, Carla?
Yeah.
Carla, why don't you come on screen tonight? I want to see you and Chris.
I know, Carla. You need to pull up, Carla. You're more consistent than we are.
So,
yeah.
So listen. I already texted her. So Carla and I had a spirited conversation earlier today. She likes somebody that is, I think, she's made an exception or would make an exception for somebody who's 3 years younger than her. She won't tell everybody else. I know somebody that she did tell because, I know all of the, I can't tell you who she told, but I text her and then I had to call her because I had to pick a bone with her. Like the conversation that we had earlier, and I can't wait for her to come live, was that women should not pursue men. Women should not like doing nice gestures is not pursuing men. And I'm like, yo, are you crazy? Do you know that men do the same thing that women are in fear of doing? Man, I want to have that conversation so bad. I need her to come and join the live. Hey, Renee, welcome. I can't wait because what she told me really just blew me.
Hey, Chris,
yes, sir.
She got a point to that, but we ain't asking her to throw mama from a train. Get in front of the train, but at least make yourself visible so we can see you. Come to the stage, Carla, so we can talk about this.
So here's the thing. She said that she sent some money to a guy for lunch, and she felt like, and I mean, I want her to tell her story, right? Because she'll probably tell it better than I can. And she said, I sent a guy some money for lunch, and I expected it to be, this grand conversation, and he just said thank you, and then that was it. And I'm like, really? You know that guys do that every day? That's what we go through in the dating courting process. We make gestures and get no responses. I think women invented ghosting. I mean, real talk. Am I lying, Shan? Like, do we not do these things? Do we not do the courting gestures? We call, we text, and some women feel like, oh, I don't have to do anything. I just have to stand and be the trophy wife, and he's gonna just take me off the market. No, let us enjoy our presence. Take us out every once in a while. Buy us a gift. Pay attention to the things that we like too. Those are things that make you stand out. And here's one thing that I said earlier in the conversation. I'm gonna ask you guys what your opinion is. Do you believe, one, that women should compete? And if they don't compete, if they do, should they not put themselves head and shoulders above every other woman and stand out?
I like to, when I've heard that a lot, just coming up through in my dating life, like when women say, I'm not going to compete. I think of that, like when I hear that, it could just be me being an athlete and a competitor. But I think the person that doesn't want to compete they don't want to compete because they're afraid to lose. Like the person that knows they're going to win, I have no issue with competing because I'm a winner. And whatever I compete for, the likelihood of me getting it and taking it is very high. So competition to me is like, I thrive for competition, but I think it might be different from women. But I always think when I hear that, it's kind of like a loser's mentality. Like you're only afraid to compete because you don't want to lose.
I agree with my brother Shahid, and I'll say this: I personally, I enjoy competition, but when it's competition and love, I think the same drive, the same wherewithal, the same passion that a man has in the chase, I believe the woman should have that much more passion making herself available. I'm not saying that you do everything that a man does, but allow him to get into that space where the pursuit is definitely noticeable and consistent, so we don't get complacent. There's no participation trophies or ribbons and stuff like that when it's love. And love is mutual attraction, mutual satisfaction, mutual goals and gains through the whole process.
I wouldn't use the word compete to describe it. Like, I hear what you guys are saying. I wouldn't use the word compete to describe it, because anytime I've competed, you know, like Shahid, I'm a winner. I have trophies and stuff that I've won. I've got medals from track. I've got trophies from football, basketball. I don't go grab those anymore. I don't go look for them. I don't care about them. So when it comes to competing for a relationship, I try to think of it as something different, because if I'm competing relational wise, I know, right? If I'm competing relational wise, I don't want to feel like I'm just getting a trophy. And once I get that trophy, it's on to the next competition. So for me, it's like, make that effort. Like Daryl was saying, make yourself available, make ourselves available, put that effort in. Just as much effort as a man gives, that effort should be coming right back to him. It's a reciprocal thing. It should be you put energy out and that energy comes right back to you in some way, shape, or form.
So why is that important though? From a male's perspective, why is it? Because it's important that you do it, right? But why is it important?
Because we want something too. Like, what is the analogy you say? Pouring into another glass, and if the other glass doesn't have anything to pour back into you, just gonna be empty. He got his example ready to go.
Look at this.
Got it.
That's all I got. That's all I got. And here's the thing: if this one is full, if this bottle of water is full, and this one is empty, it's gonna fill up over here, right? It's gonna fill up. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's going.
He had his example ready.
It wasn't even intentional. It's just that I needed some water, and I texted my son, told him to bring some water. So look, but when you pour, right, boom. So now there's some in here and there's some in here, and I'm not gonna, try to, pour them equally. But guess what? If you pour into me, right, then I fill up, and you only lose a little bit, but then I pour back into you, and then you fill up. So when everybody's giving, nobody is lacking. I don't think that some women understand the importance of why it's important to men.
You know what, Chris?
Go ahead, DB.
Your analogy right there was so apropos. But I think what the problem is, and this is just my perspective, it's too many of us, men and women alike, that poured out into people that weren't ready to receive it. And what happens is we don't get fulfillment. And then there's the other aspect where there are too many pots that are broken that haven't been mended or put back together to pour into another pot. See, you can't pour into a pot that's been crushed. It's nothing to pour into. But if you pour into a pot that's broken, once you mend it, it still can hold the properties of whatever you pour it into. It just may not pour as much, but you spend the time trying to help each other mend. And that's the brokenness that a lot of us have received or actually experienced through different relationships by pouring into people that didn't pour back.
Truth. There's truth in that. I've heard that story so many times. There's a lot of women who will say, but I got this whole thing with promise and the other word, potential, where women will say, you know what, I found a guy with so much potential. I poured all my love into him. I gave all this effort into him, and I didn't get anything back. I felt like I was left high and dry. I got this whole thing with promise and potential to get into that, but I'm not going to do that. And I think that's the situations that we run into whenever we're ready to pour into someone and they come back at us like, you know what, I don't have that energy to pour anymore. I haven't done the work to refill myself, to make myself available to give you that type of energy. And on top of that, I feel like a lot of people don't know how to pour. Either they were never taught how to pour, they were just taught, I think somebody said it earlier today, just to be that trophy wife, as opposed to being something that's productive for the man that's going to fulfill us as well. So,
but here's the thing, Robert, and I noticed that. Here, let me put up what Ro Renee said. She said, "I'm not competing with another woman for a man's heart," and I believe it was you because I was making my drink. Was it you that said you don't like the term compete?
Yeah. I don't necessarily like the term compete, because anything I competed for, everything I competed for, I've gotten trophies, I've gotten championships, I've lost some, but anything, it's just a memory at this point. It's some memories that I'm very fond of, some things that I would never take back, but it's not nothing that at this point that I can actually cherish and say, you know what, that's my love right there. I still love football, but it's not nothing that's going to carry me forward.
Right.
Rob, I kind of agree with that. But, when I said about the competition.
Hold on, Daryl. Let me ask you this, because because I think a lot of people get caught up in semantics, or not. Well, that too, but a lot of people look at words as an issue. But the thing is, even if we use your example of competing, why can't it just be a never-ending game? Why can't it just be a never-ending track meet? Why can't it just be a never-ending football game? Like you're saying, well, I played the game and then I won the trophy and then I was done and I was good and I put the trophy on the shelf and I never looked back at it and that was fine and I moved on to the next game. I don't want to do that with love. I don't want to get the woman, conquer her, put her on the shelf and move on to the next one. But why can't it just be a continuous competition? Why can't it be a continuous game to make sure that you're doing what's necessary to continue to win and continue to be in the lead and continue to run that race year after year after year after year?
I see what you're saying, but I think the issue is what we're talking about right now is a lot of times we don't get that person competing back with us, where we're giving out all this energy in the competition. We play in the game, and then we end up with a woman who maybe plays the game to start with, but then drops off, or maybe doesn't play the game at all. So it's not a reciprocal thing. So now you're playing by yourself.
So you making your decisions based on somebody else? So you say, is that a protective thing? Yes, you protecting your heart and saying, well, I don't want to compete because she might not compete back for me. And so fuck it. If I don't compete, then I don't lose. But shouldn't you just be worried about you?
What I'm saying is I'm gonna put my energy towards chasing the relationship and trying to build a relationship. But if it's not coming back, then I realize that I'm wasting my time. I'm not getting any ROI. And I like ROI. I like to get a return. I like to get something coming back towards me. And if I'm putting out all that energy and it ain't coming back, well, then it's time to find another game to play.
So here's the thing. Since people don't like the word compete, let's change it to feed, or where you feed.
I like it.
Right? I don't mind the word compete, but
I think it's necessary.
Typically, women. Let me finish, and I'll come right to you, Shahid. If you feed the other person, they're never starving. And here's the thing. If you stop feeding yourself, you're going to die. So why would you do that to another person? Why would you withhold the love that you have inside from the person that you want to give it to, right? You want to be with them. So why would you withhold it? I had a young lady that told me, and it pissed me off so bad. Oh, I'm different when I'm married. Really? You mean the switch just changes? But go ahead. Let me get off of that because go ahead.
To the point, to the comment that Shan read, where the woman says she won't compete for I won't compete for a man. Why do you feel entitled to my heart? Like, to where I just have to give it to you? Like, you don't want to be selected and chosen, like from the options that are there? Like, what have you done to be above competition? What have you done to separate yourself to where I do give you my heart and I do choose you? I think, and that's for me. If I'm engaging with a woman and she don't got other men at her doorstep, I don't want her. Because it's just like, where are these other men at? How am I going to be able to exercise my tools and my skills if there's nothing to compete with? Like, it's just a matter of you choosing me or not.
So let me spin it this way, because I like what Shan said. I want to go back to what he said. He likes competition. And I agree with you too, Shahid. There should be certain innate qualities about women, a woman, that will set her apart from any other woman. But what I think happens is, I played ball when I was in high school, and I played it for the love of the game. But I had specific teammates that made me better. So I agree with both of y'all and what Rob said. I'm combining all the attributes of competition, but the love of it, we need to be in unison in order for us to win at love. Just like, if I could use Jordan and Pippen. Jordan, I mean, he was everything that he was ascending to until Pippen came. Then he became better. And he was still playing for the love of the game. Now, if I spin that to how we do in relationships, I think that people have piss poor, they manage their heart piss poorly because they think that they could turn it on and turn it off. It's perpetual. And that's when you're competing, it's perpetual. It's a perpetual pursuit of winning and winning at love and winning the heart. If you stop perpetually going after each other's heart, that's where you lose. It's not about, I want to be better than you. I want you to give me what I'm giving you so that we can be better together.
I don't know. To me, it still boiled down. Like if I'm talking to somebody and we thinking about a relationship, and I find out it's between me and another dude, I'm the guy that's always going to say, choose the other guy. I'm not going to go to battle and go to war and use my resources to try to compete with Shaheed. Shaheed's a hell of an individual. He's got to be a hell of an individual if you have me in a competition with him. If it's Shan's a hell of an individual. He got to be a hell of an individual. If it's me and him, you're not going to lose either way. But if it's between me and this other person, choose the other person because you're already torn. And either way, whichever way you choose, is going to be a situation where you feel like, I missed out on certain qualities that Shaheed had. Or if they chose Shaheed over me, it's going to be I missed certain qualities that Rob had. So choose the other person. I want somebody who's for sure about me, as opposed to back and forth.
What you're saying is you just concede defeat?
I know. I'm saying I'm going to put forth the effort. I'm going to show you who I am. I'm going to show you who I am. I'm going to take you out. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to present. I'm going to present. But once I present, and the competition continues going, I don't feel like I won. I'm fighting a battle that I'm going to continuously have to do that with. And I'm like,
Shaheed,
I think that applies, Robert.
If my 30% is better than his 80 and you choose his 80, that's what Robert is saying. If he puts 100% and Robert's 30% is better than his 80, choose the 100% because you think you're getting 100% when really you only getting about 5 from this other bum. Anyways, before y'all, hold on, Sharon, real quick. Let me bring Carla in, and then it's right to you. Carla, we got Carla, Rowe, and Chanel.
And Jasmine is in 4.
Boom, we live. But before we do that, hey, welcome King, welcome Jamal. We definitely want to respect you generals. A platform and to honor you, gentlemen. Go ahead and do your introductions, King, and then Jamal, and then Carla. Welcome to Ask About Anything. We'll come right to you in a moment.
King not here. Where is he at?
No, his camera just ain't on.
I'm here.
King
I'm here.
What up, King? What up, Noob?
What up, Noob?
I said those Noops look good. Yo.
King, are you able to come on? King, are you able to come on camera?
Yeah, I will come on camera. I'm in an Uber. I'm coming from the parents' crib, maybe checking on my parents, and so that's why I didn't want to miss this show. I've been out of commission.
Welcome back, bro.
Yeah, thank you. I had a virus and I thought it was COVID. I got checked. Thank God it came back negative. But I'm one of those people now that I see the importance of getting this vaccine. I haven't got it yet, but I don't want to be sick again, So
well,
that's
we're gonna have to bring.
But I was negative, but I heard you, brother OG. Dad, I heard you with Samuel earlier today about eating right, eating good,
yes,
plant-based.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'm on that. And thank God I was sitting well because it helped me get back quicker.
Yes, sir.
So I'm
Own
definitely on that. But
Own
you know,
it.
we definitely have to have a show one day talking about the vaccines and our points on it and who's for and who's not. Because it's not
immunity.
it's not a wrong or right thing, and I don't feel the right to tell anybody what to do. But it definitely, especially in New York now, I can't even go to my restaurants or go to anything that I want to go to indoor because they mandated it in New York City. So now I got to make a decision on my lifestyle. You know, I'm like I said, I want to keep it natural, but you know how that is. Yeah.
This is the longest introduction King has ever done, y'all.
My bad. But anyway, I gotta go. I apologize for that.
No problem. No problem. We brothers, man.
He's making up for the last 3 shows he missed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, hey, King, real quick, I made some plant-based potato salad, and I put the recipe up on my Facebook page and my Instagram. So check that out.
You know, I heard it. I heard the recipe on the show. You gave the recipe and everything. You said you used chickpeas. You said nah. Yeah, you killed it. It sounded good.
All right, go ahead, Jamal. Doc.
Jamal Dixon, Atlanta, Georgia. Let's get back to the combo.
Sure thing, man. Welcome, Carla, to Ask a Black Man Anything. As I said earlier, you really ticked me. So is Carla up on Shan?
Yeah, she live. Let me see.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
Carla, unmute your mic. You don't have to come on camera, but you unmute your mic, Carla.
Yeah.
She Carla, got herself muted. I can't mute her. I can't do it. She has to do it. Carla, are you there?
Did she fool around and get shy?
She's up. No, she's live. She's in that black spot. So what I was saying, let me before Carla comes back, I think there's a difference between getting and keeping. And so when we talk about acquiring a woman, if it's like I just met you, I'm getting to know you, we call and we're talking to each other, maybe we're dating a little bit. I feel you. Yo, if you don't select me versus the next man, then just select the next man. You know what I'm saying? Because you know enough about me. I don't need to go back and forth. Let's not drag this out. You know, I don't want to be. You need to be into me, and then we good. And so, okay, cool. And so then we're good. But if you're deciding, if you're on the fence between Shannon and some other dude, and you haven't figured out that I'm the winner, then fuck it, go with him. Like Shaheed said, if you think my 30% is not better than somebody else, if my 30% is better than somebody else's 80%, but you want to roll with the 80, then go ahead, it's your loss. Now that's getting a woman, or that's getting somebody. Keeping somebody is where the competition also is in. Now there's competition in the beginning as well. I need to make sure that you know that I'm the one that you'd want to be with, right? So here's all my wonderful attributes as a man, and I hope you fall in love with them. But once I got you, I'm still in the rat race. I'm still in that race to make sure that I'm number one, that I'm keeping your attention and whatnot. But we'll talk about that after Carla, because I think I want to probably repeat this after what Carla's been saying in the chat. So now the next part is keeping somebody. And I believe personally, and that's why I like that term competition, that you're still competing, that I'm still in that game. I'm still in the football game. I'm still on the field, and I'm still trying to do what I need to do to win this long ass game. This game lasts years. It's not just one time I win and then cool, I can just kick back and shit, I won and then you got to love me for me. That's almost like me for who I am. And I don't believe in that bullshit. But Carla, are you there yet?
Yeah, somebody's audio is up.
Hey, that was Carla. What up, Carla?
Hey, y'all.
Well, we need more excitement.
What's up, C-Love?
So explain to me why you're not coming on camera. I mean,
because I don't feel like it, and I just got off work. And
there we go. I love their dynamic. I love it.
Listen, I'm here for all the smoke, because I gave you all of it this morning. So defend and why you shouldn't compete, or why you shouldn't feed the person you're interested in.
So are you done now, Chris? Because I want to be able to talk straight without.
Can you silence your dog so we can hear you?
That's me. My bad. I got dogs back.
Okay. So I agree with everything that Shan and Robert were saying. If it's between me and somebody else after I've already shown you who I am, then choose them because I'm not about to play with you. Between me and another woman who is equally as good and you think that she has something that I don't have, please choose her. There's a difference between competing, there's a difference between pursuing and reciprocation. You were confused when we spoke earlier this morning. I'm not saying that you should not show affection to a man, that you should not reciprocate his behaviors. I am saying women should not pursue men in a dating phase. Doing things to keep him, that's totally different from pursuit.
That's crazy.
You just want somebody
so how do you get him? How do you get him if you don't pursue him? You just supposed to sit here and be a trophy and then he's supposed to select you? How is he supposed to choose you?
Did you not hear anything I just said? I said that women should reciprocate a man's actions. You do not have to chase him like a daggone cheetah. Let him know.
Nobody said anything about chasing.
Let him know that you're interested. Put in the work that it takes to keep his interest. That's not pursuing or competing. That is reciprocating. And that's it. If he don't choose,
you playing with words, Carla. You playing with words, Carla.
No. Real quick, let me ask this question. So you're saying that in the work is not pursuit?
No,
if that's the case, please define pursuit because clearly I'm confused.
Okay, all right. So let's go to the Webster's Dictionary and let that define.
We got a technical woman. We got a logical woman. Okay.
No, she's not. She's very emotional.
She's pulling up receipts.
Very emotional.
Capture, kill, etc. Chase, to follow, close upon, to go with, attend. Those are all words that are defined in the dictionary. And highlight chase. So no, we're not doing that.
So Carla, I have this. I'm going to interject. I'm not pushing back on you. I just want to add this element and perspective.
Oh, push back.
There is no
she wants some smoke.
Defense against a man putting maximum effort, and you and not you, but women per se still play the little game like I need you to do a little bit more. I need you to do a little bit more. That problem persists in the dating arena right now, where a man could be going above and beyond, and it's still not scratching the surface of what some women are looking for.
Well, let's speak to that. Man, if
no, there's a difference.
Do more, then she don't want him really. She's just playing with him. Because if a woman truly wants you, your maximum effort is going to be enough.
I can jive with that. I can dig it.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Whether you know it or not, like we gotta stop trying to be blind to what's going on, because now, especially from Clubhouse, there's this new term, multi-dating. Women saying they multi-date, men saying they multi-date. How is that not competition? You're competing just because you don't know who they are, just because the person you're with doesn't tell you, hey, I'm also talking to X, Y, and Z, doesn't mean that they're not. So you can say, oh, if it's between me and him, choose him. But you don't know who these niggas are. You don't know. She is choosing between you niggas, and you guys, people just don't want to accept that they're competing. Yes.
Oh, I don't.
Who are you meeting that's 100% single and only talking to one person that's you? That's not really happening.
Before they meet you.
Yeah, that's not happening. So if you're dating them and they're dating somebody else, you're in competition with the other person you're dating. So it's not a bad thing.
This is another issue that I just personally have when I hear this, right? So Carla, you said something. You said, if I've shown you everything I have, or I've shown you what I got, and it's still not enough, choose them. Is that really all you have? If I don't, and I'm not referencing this to you, Carla, but if a woman has already shown me everything she has before we even get into a relationship, I'm out of Dodge. I'm out the way. Because if we get into this relationship and you're still not showing me new things, yeah, I'm going to choose the other woman because you've already emptied your clip and you're not even my woman yet. So it's like,
so what if I don't empty my clip and it's still not enough? So
you said what?
That leads me to my other question. What does competing look like to y'all? Because y'all swear up and down y'all don't want a masculine woman. To me, chasing and pursuing and competing, that's masculine.
Let me jump in real quick. Carla, you have multiple degrees, right?
I do.
Did you pursue your degree? Did you chase your degree? Did you go after it?
Absolutely, because it's not a man. If it was a man, I would not.
But no. So I'm not asking for extra. Did you pursue your degree?
Of course I did.
Did you go and get a job?
Of course I did.
So did you put in a resume? Were you competing with other people for that same job?
Yes.
Okay, rhetorical.
Make it practical, Chris. Make it practical.
Yeah, I mean, but did you get a house?
No, sir. Don't equate me getting an educational goal.
But here's the thing: when I make it baseline and I make it practical, it's like, oh, I can go get a degree, I can go pursue my career, I can go pursue the kind of car I want. But when it's a man, matter of fact, here's the crazy thing: you're a Christian and you pursue God. Come on, so you can pursue the Most High, the Almighty, but you can't pursue the thing that He created, and He created everything. That's backwards to me.
Chris, you gotta understand, houses, cars, and degrees are more important than love, man. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh,
it's more important than love.
My bad.
More important than love. That's what's going on.
Desire, and I want to be with that. I want to choose over anybody else. That's more important than my degree. That's more important. That's crazy. Money.
And this is the thing though. Like everything you named, Chris. And this is the everything you named. Everything you named had a return of interest. Yeah, the degrees nowadays, it's hard to get a return of interest on your degrees. But if you get a job, you get paid. If you know what I mean, you get a degree, you get a nice job. But it's like the men come with no benefits. So it's just like, I'm not going to chase the man because it's like as if we come with zero benefits. Like we not going to, hold you down when you're sick. We not going to provide, protect, sustain, and lead you. But it's just like we are the thing that is not going to be chased at all. But when we compare it to every other thing that you chase in life, we hold the most value. And this is why women's options become so limited, because you're not willing to do what it is you have to do to get the thing that's going to benefit you most.
No, please pause. Don't nobody, please say
Shahid sounding 40 right now, boy. Spit that game, boy. Spit that.
Where's the button, the shotgun button? Where's that?
I like competition, baby.
Hold on. So
let
go ahead, Carl. What were you saying?
Yes.
Because I'm
we can barely hear you.
So much conflicting information. I have heard several guys say they do not want a woman to pursue or chase them. And I think I've heard a couple guys on this stage say the same thing. So why
Thirst is different.
Because Chris getting hot over there.
Hold on.
What
I'm not hot. Don't get it twisted. I'm not hot. I'm very calm. I'm speaking with passion.
Explain. What does pursuing look like to y'all?
That's a great question, because every time you've heard a man, specifically on this platform, talk about pursuing, it's always been in the context of positioning yourself or reciprocating and returning.
That's true.
And returning
every single conversation.
Different to me. That's not pursuing to me. That's not pursuing to me.
Right, but when you
but that's the problem.
Every time you've heard us talk about pursuing, we've always gave an explanation of what we meant. And we said it's positioning yourself, it's reciprocating certain energies. Don't just let the man do every single thing. At least let the man know he's appreciated in his effort that he's putting forth.
it's also initiating some of those things that you're going to continue to do without him doing anything. Because if you only allow him to do any certain things and you only respond when he does something, then he controls you. Because when he stops doing it, that means you're not going to do anything back in return. That means you have nothing inside to give back unless something's given to you, and that can't be the case.
And I think that goes with that whole cat and mouse game that I was telling you about. You do this, I'll do that. But you need to do this better the next time, then I might do that. I mean, I'm not going to play that game anymore. I'm getting too old for that. I'm going to put my love on the table after we make a distinct connection. If you ain't feeling it, I'm just going to pick my love back up and roll to the next person. I'm getting too old. I'm getting too old to be playing that game.
Yeah, but the other thing though, like competition isn't masculine though, because what would you say for women's athletes? Like, are they masculine, or because they compete on that stage? So why does competition have to be specific to a gender? Because competition isn't thirst, it isn't pursuit. But you're still competing though. If you have a man and he's dating 5 people, if you have a woman and she's dating 5 men, those people are competing against each other whether they know it or not, because that one person is making the decision amongst the 5. So whoever's the best is the one that wins. That's competition. Right. We want to live in this reality where I'm the only person that they're thinking of. I'm the only one they're dreaming of. I'm the only one they're going after. That's not reality. And we gotta face reality.
Jamal, this is King. I realized something. I believe women in our community settle, because anything that you don't pursue or acquire through effort is not something that you truly want. So essentially, you want men to come at you, and all these men that's coming at you, they might not even be the one that you want. But because you have an ego that won't let you pursue the man that you really want, you're essentially settling. And that's not cool. Me, I refuse to settle. If I want a girl, I'm going after the girl. And if I can't get the girl, I'm going to build myself up to get the girl that I want. So why don't women think that? Why do you want men to come after you? Shouldn't you go after the guy that you want? I used to say this a long time ago. I said, thank you, sir. I said something about a lot of women don't want to pursue men because they know they can't get the man that they really want.
Wow.
They really know. They know that. They know deep inside their heart they cannot get the guy that they really want. So they make this excuse. They make this excuse about, I need someone to chase me. I need somebody to come after me. No, you just can't get the one that you want.
Hey, King, you bring up a great point. And I think, and I'll add this to the pot. I think that many women go after pieces of the men that they want, but they can't find it all in one man. They have snippets of this particular man that they had in the past, that particular man, but they would desire to have all of those attributes in one man, and that guy ain't there. So they pushing a lot of good people back, a lot of good men back, because they're only getting a piece of what they actually desire. And it's a lot of dudes that just don't have all of those qualities in one particular body, but they can work towards it. But I'm not telling women to settle. I'm just saying that, maybe you want to reevaluate your standards.
And Daryl, that's the reason why I take the stance that I take, is if it becomes down to me and another person, choose the other person. If I present myself and I give all that I have to give and I show you who I am, and it's still between me and another person, this person may be more suitable for you. But I'm going to take it real elementary as far as women pursuing a man. I believe sometimes, you're not going to like this, Carla, but I think sometimes elementary wise, women forget, we can take it back to tag. When you're a kid and you're playing tag, you get tagged, you're it. Maybe you're in a relationship, maybe you just got out of a relationship, you it right now. Now you looking for the next person. What you do? You tag somebody next to you. And sometimes that person chases you back. So every now and then a woman may have to actually present themselves in a way that's tagging a brother, are tagging the person they're interested in, and maybe he'll turn around and chase you back. Otherwise, maybe he's not interested and he's going to chase whoever it is that he sees that he wants to chase. That's just an elementary explanation for it.
And here's what's crazy about that.
But
and this is
I'm
the
not
true
saying
statement.
not
If more
present
women,
yourself
hold on a second, Carla.
to a man.
If more women actually pursued the man that they wanted, more women would be in happier relationships, because a lot of men don't know that that particular woman is interested in them. And so we go after the ones that we would like, and we don't know that you might be more compatible because you won't say anything, because you'll speak up about the other things that matter to you. But watch this, and I want to draw this parallel. Maybe we really don't matter because you don't speak up enough. Because if we really mattered, if you really wanted us, guess what you would do? You would speak up and tell me I'm lying.
I ain't gonna say you lying, bro. I think that
You're lying.
Some men could drive a Humvee through the front living room, and it still won't be the guy that they're looking for. So hey, you know.
I think sometimes we're oblivious too, though, because I mean, even taking it back, I'm gonna use my son for an example. I took him to a skating ring. All my kids, we went to a skating ring. Some girls approached him, wanted to skate with him, wanted to dance with him, and he didn't have the response that, you know, like, oh, they like me out there. If somebody's interested in me, let me go hang out with them. For him, it was just like, it wasn't. He didn't realize that somebody liked him. My daughter happened to be standing right next to him. Was like, brother, you didn't know that she was trying to talk to you. She was trying to have a conversation with you. A lot of times we're oblivious to these things. We might even be interested and see somebody flirting with us, but not take it in the response that says, you know what, they actually want us to pursue them. We might do it if it ain't plain as day. Sometimes we don't recognize it every now and then.
That's because we ain't speaking the same language. That's simply put like that.
All right. So with that being said, I want to bring to the stage Ro Renee and Chanel. I heard you both ladies are in the queue. All you have to do is unmute. I want to welcome you all to Ask Black Men Anything. Thank you for coming to the conversation. I'd love to see your smiling faces. And Chanel, since you were here last week, if you're flirting with Wes, just know that he's in California. And that you might offend one of the other guys if you could go mud wrestling.
Cut it. Hello, guys. Hello, ladies.
There she is.
How are you all?
We're fantastic. Welcome to Ask a Black Man Anything. Did you want to join in on this current conversation, or did you want to pose a question to the fellas? And Carla, you're welcome to stay here, just FYI.
Jerron just snuck his butt up in here. On this current conversation.
What's good? Shannon, do you? Oh, there you go. Never mind.
Say that one more time, Chanel. We couldn't hear you.
Oh, I said I can join in on the current conversation.
Did you also have a question, or?
What happened? Chanel, where'd you go?
Ghost protocol.
Chanel, can you hear us? She's
I can hear you all.
Okay, and Wes just joined, so you can go mud wrestling now. we gon' oh, he in the car too. Look at that beard glistening.
Cut it.
Oh, he in the whip.
Y'all are a mess.
Wes, you're gonna need to rotate your screen portrait, Wes.
Yeah, we don't want to see your décolletage, Wes. Okay, thank you, Wes. We appreciate it. Welcome, Steve. Jerron got the guns out. Sun's out, must be. What up? Chanel, what question did you have for us tonight? Or how'd you want to join the conversation?
I would just join the conversation with, I somewhat agree with Carla, but then again, I kind of disagree with Carla a little bit. I have no problem showing that I'm interested or doing certain things to let a guy know, again, that I'm interested. But there comes a point where if I feel like you're not taking what I'm giving or that you're playing games with me, so to speak, I'm going to fall back. I'm going to step back. And I don't want you to think that that's being masculine or that I'm trying to take control of the situation. But if you're not taking what I'm giving and running with it or trying to explore it, I'm just going to step back.
But Chanel, are you saying that? Okay, well, I would imagine that anybody would do that, right? But are you saying that you're doing that in the dating phase, or are you doing that in the relationship phase? And if you're doing it in the dating phase, wouldn't you continue to do that, or even step up the heat a little bit more to make sure that you are even more attracted, or that he's attracted to you for even more? So he would select you, and then I would imagine that he would be doing the same, so you would select him?
To a certain extent, I would say yes, that I'm doing that in the dating phase. But again, there comes a point where if I don't feel like I'm getting, I don't want to say enough in return, but if I don't feel that I'm getting more from you and I'm continuously giving, then at that point, okay, it's fine. This is the dating phase. But again, if, because I don't agree necessarily with the whole multi-dating thing. If I am to a point with you where I feel like there's some type of connection, not saying, oh, we're in a whole relationship, we haven't made it to that step yet. But if I feel that I'm somewhat interested in you, I'm the type, I want to explore and see what this is, because I don't want to be in a multi-dating situation and feel feelings for 5 different guys. That's just not what I personally want to do. So if I'm speaking with you or I'm with you and I'm interested, I want to see where this can go with you. And again, not be in a situation where, ooh, I feel this way about you, and you, I just, that's just not me.
But can you put those same rules on somebody else, though? That's not fair for you to have a set of rules of engagement and the other person may not operate by those rules. What if they don't operate like that? Is it okay for a person to be the way they want to be for you, and be the way they want to be for themselves without it, without you feeling infringed on?
I would say that's fine for them to be that way, but they also run the risk of me, I don't want to say losing interest, but then again, not feeling that you're taking this serious. I mean, definitely if I'm 1 weekend, 2 weeks in, something like that, that's really too soon. But if I'm 2, 3, 4 months down the road in this situation with you, to me, it's like, okay, are we going to step this forward, or are we just going to say, we kind of mess with each other as our schedules allow? Because again, I'm not multi-dating. I'm focused on trying to see where this is going with you. So it's kind of like, if we aren't going to decide or determine that we're going to take this a step further, then maybe at that point, it's just best that, we go our separate ways. I'm not going to say maybe that I don't take you as serious, but at the same token, I'm going to, at that point, start to explore other options. Because again, I've given you months of me and of, myself, and it's not progressing in a sense.
So 2 months is enough?
I'm not saying 2 months, but in 2 months versus 1 week is totally different. On first sight, you have people that know after, a few weeks, like, this is the person that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. So I'm not saying every person that you come across is going to be that way. Of course, you still are learning about the person every day. You're learning something new. But again, it also progresses. It changes. You're not still doing the same thing at, week 8 or week 12 that you were doing at week 1. I know you a little more. I, am learning your ways. I am learning more about you. And, different emotions or feelings to me should be kind of changing from how I felt about you day one.
Fair enough. I think, and I don't know how the other guys, pursue their relationships, but I'll tell you, me, I am, because I've already been married, I've already been divorced, I've in the dating. I feel like 9 months, is a good mark for me. 2 months is not enough. What do you fellas think? Where's a good mark for you to kind of say, okay, I'm ready to turn up a notch? Reference to what she just said.
Man, I don't have a time limit. It might be 2 days for me. It might be.
I'm with you,
it might
Shan.
be 2 months.
I'm with you, Shan.
It depends.
I'm with you, bro.
It's so many factors. It's so many factors.
Yeah, absolutely.
My thing is, I let nature run its course. Like Shan said, it could be 2 days, it could be 2 months, it might never happen. Like, so it's for me, it's just a feeling. I like to I call it the aha moment, where it's like a light bulb just goes off in your head, and it's like, okay, yeah, this is her. So I gotta do what I need to amplify, my chances of sealing the deal.
My thing is, I think you gave a brilliant analogy, Shahid. If we feeling each other and the vibe is still right, and I unload the whole clip and it still ain't enough for you, I ain't got nothing else. So if it happened in 2 days or if it happened in 2 years, if I unload the whole clip and you still not vibing with me or we not going to the next level, what else I got? You'd have seen everything I had.
I'm kind of like y'all. I think that it should happen organically. That it happened organically. I think a lot of times we put too much pressure on it. If y'all vibing, y'all hanging out, then we want to instantly start thinking about a relationship. I mean, that's going to take place. It's going to come naturally. And I think a lot of times where we go wrong is, when we're spending time together, we're thinking so much about, we got to get to the next step. We got to get to the next level. We got to get to that relationship. Then, I mean, every situation you're in is not going to lead to a relationship. And so if you let things happen organically and naturally, if that's to come, it'll come. And so that's the type of situation I kind of go into. I let things happen organically and naturally. And if it gets to that point, then great. If it doesn't, hey, I enjoyed my time with you. We weren't for each other. I'm gonna keep going till I find the person. So, I don't go into no situation, feeling pressure. And I feel like a lot of times we go into situations feeling pressure, and then that other person starts catching that pressure, and then they kind of leave or go away because they feel like they have to try to make a decision at a set time. And so, I just don't operate that way. That's just me, though.
And I don't think any man that's worth anything should operate that way. I actually think that anytime someone says, okay, we need to be here at this certain time, that person doesn't really want to be with you. That person just wants to be in a relationship. It doesn't matter who is in the relationship with. You're just filling in the blank. Because if it's not organic, then it is something that's forced. And I mean, someone doesn't want to be with that particular person. If you tell me, hey, if we don't make it to meet these deliverables in 6 months, then I can't be with you. We are not a contract. We are not a business arrangement right now. That's when marriage happens. This is relationships. I'm trying to know you. It happens on our time, not your time or my time, but our time. And you can't have such a strict timeline, because that just shows me like any man could come in, and if he meets the 6 months deadline, then that's the one you're going to be with. To me, that's not sincere. That's not genuine. And by the way, fellas, I'm not smoking cigarettes. This is nicotine free. It's herbs. Yeah. Actually, Darryl, this is plant based. Actually, it's called Ripple Plus. You should look it up. Ripple Plus is a plant based.
So,
no
King,
nicotine.
I heard somebody say that a lot of women objectify men for relationships, meaning exactly what you said. If we can't, as a man, give you the relationship you want, you out of here. You're not really curious about us. You're not really interested in us as a human, because you wouldn't do a new woman like that. You wouldn't do a new female, a woman, lady friend, and I'm gonna give you 6 months to get to know you. You give her as much time as it takes for that relationship to mold. You wouldn't do your cousin, a new cousin that was by marriage, that would give them space. But because we're a man and you want relationships, you now objectify us. But here's the thing, and I said it earlier, we're probably not that important to you, because if we objectified you, then you would be upset. But turn the tables around and then ask yourself, how do you feel when that happens? So, man, that's crazy on that.
But that's the thing. I never said that it definitely has to be on any timeline. That's not what I'm saying. What I said was, if after a certain amount of time, if we're still where we are day one, for me, it's kind of like, how do we move this forward? Again, not saying we have to go from the dating phase to, oh, now we're in a relationship. But again, is it worth our time to continue what we're doing if we don't see any progression?
But couldn't progression, and I go ahead, Kyle, I'll let you jump in. But couldn't progression just be getting to know the person as a person? Go ahead, Colin.
No, I was gonna say it should be a natural progression.
Yep, organic.
I don't think it should be, yeah, exactly, organic. I don't think it has to be, okay, once we get to this point, you know, let's try this and let's try this. It should just be a natural progression, because of course you're getting to know that person. So if you're asking yourself, are we progressing, or what are we doing? Are we stagnant? Then it's probably not a match, because chemistry, if everything is there, it's going to be a natural progression.
Exactly. I don't know, because I think there's a few different scenarios, because I appreciate everything Jerron was saying, and I'm listening intently. And I think with certain situations we run into, one person will progress at a much quicker pace than another person, but they both still have the same feelings and the same end goal, or still see one another like, okay, this is a person I would choose. I want to take my time before we progress to the next stage. However, person A may already be at the point where he or she wants to progress. He's like, you know what? I see my future. I see the next 60 years of my life. But person B might be like, you know what? I still need a little bit more time to develop. What I find, I've been on both sides of that. What I find is one person leaves. One person always ends up leaving either because of the pressure or because it's not reciprocated. One of those two factors always plays into it.
But there's nothing wrong with leaving if you're not getting what you want. Like, we gotta stop that. Like, hey, if you know it's not for you, then free that person, free yourself, and go about your business, because you guys aren't even on the same wavelength. You're moving at two different speeds. Someone's always going to be chasing after another person. Hey, you might as well do that. So I agree with what she's saying, because after a certain period of time, if you haven't progressed, then you're going to ask, whether it's a man or a woman, you're going to ask like, yo, like, we've been kicking it for a while and we ain't getting nowhere 6 months. Like, you're going to ask questions whether you're a man or a woman. So I think that's what she's getting to, not putting a timeline on it. But if we haven't progressed at all, it's like, why are we still dating if we haven't even moved forward at all? Like, I don't feel any better about you. I'm not even more attracted to you than before. We should probably just go ahead and dead this now. That I respect that. I move like that too.
And Robert, you actually...
Well, real quick, the other side of that, though, Jamal, is it may not be that the other person isn't interested. They may fully be intent and be interested. However, they just want to move at a much slower pace. And sometimes giving that grace can move the relationship forward. Sometimes we hear, no, I'm not ready, and we take it as a hard no. But sometimes no doesn't necessarily mean no. No just means not right now. Maybe later on down the road, we can pursue this in a different manner. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be a hard break at that point. You can just enjoy each other's company, continue growing, or you can dead it and move on.
Rob, you know what's so funny? The funny thing is, I was saying about, you know, you have the right to ask somebody, where are we going? And I apologize to the young lady if you didn't say timeline, but that's why I gathered from it. But if you have to ask somebody where you're at, that means you're not there and you're not going any way further too. If you're with a man and you feel a certain way about him, no matter what, his actions will let you know where you stand. Women love to be charmed. They love to have men cast spells with words. Women do not focus on action. They do not focus. They don't. So here's the deal. I agree with some of what you said, and I definitely agree with Maul. If it ain't happening for you, just, you know, bounce out. I mean, that doesn't mean that your effort wasn't noble. It just means that the effort for that person didn't line up with what they were looking for. So if you don't want me, say that. Don't string me along. Don't kick me down the road like a can. Thanks. What I need you to do is have a crucial conversation with me.
But why do they need a conversation?
Well, see, here's the thing. That's what make relationships go. You have to communicate.
Right. I get that. I get you have to be transparent and communicate, OG. But why? No one owes anyone anything. You have to take it upon yourself to see, hey, if this man hasn't communicated what I want from this relationship to me, or initiated the communication, you bringing it up is basically saying, man, I'm in doubt. I need answers from you. And if this man says yes, because some men just tell a woman what they want to hear, that doesn't mean that she's going to get what she wants in a relationship because he says.
Here's the thing though with that. We can't go by perception. Because your perception of what I think the relationship is may not be the reality. But if we're not communicating that, if we're not having a crucial conversation as to the direction of where we need to go, I'm not saying the time frame. I'm talking about if we're on one accord. If we're not on one accord, say that. I agree with Maul. You told me your truth. I told you my truth. It doesn't line up. I'm a bounce.
Right. Okay. So I get what you're saying now, but see, that's why I'm different from a lot of people. I make that clear in the beginning. What I want, what's my intentions with you. I don't have these conversations after we've been dating for months or we've been having sex, and then someone says, "Where do we stand?" I'm not doing that. In the beginning, I know what I want to do for female. I know I want you for fun, or I want to build with you, or I still want to see where we're going to go. But you have to show me. I don't.
But King, King, I feel you.
No, who said who was King on that? Who said who was King on that?
That's me, Steve. I'm with King on that 100%. 100%.
Thank you.
I feel you on that, but when their feelings change and then they bring it back up. Because that happens too, where it's like we state what it is. It's only going to be this. I'm only looking for this, and then 3 months later, hey man, I'm catching feelings. Yo, I want to do blah blah blah, and then you gotta reestablish what it is sometimes, right? Because like in an ideal world, it'll just be that, and you won't have to talk about it again. But you know, maybe you gave her that grade A instead of that grade C. Maybe you should have gave her that grade C a little more often, but you gave her that grade A, and now she wants to stay around. And now things are changing. So sometimes things change, and then you have to have that conversation so that everyone's on the same page and you can make a decision.
Always have to have conversations. Just because I know what King said, I don't agree with the premise of I'm never speaking about it again. I'm not sure if he said that, but I think that certain conversations not always, but they take place more often than not, especially if you're embarking on a specific type of journey with the woman you're really interested in and not just one you having sex with, not just one you just casually having sex with. I think the conversations always have to be progressing.
You're going to have conversations anyway, though, because look at it. You got a woman and a man. A woman and a man are two different people. Women think certain type of way. Men think certain type of way. But a lot of times, we don't think that conversations, regardless, are going to happen. Now, you may have a certain type of feeling, or you may think a certain type of way in the beginning of the situation that you're in. But as Jamal said, as time goes on and time progresses, sometimes those check-ins are not bad. Hey, we've been talking for 3 months now. I like you. I know you like me too. I just want to know where we're going with this. If we wasting each other, because at the end of the day, I think Bear said it earlier. We're not in the business of wasting time anymore. So if we don't see this going any further, we need to go your separate way and I go my separate way, so we can find somebody that can meet our potential timelines that we're looking for.
Check in important.
I think we're all saying the same things, just in different ways, truthfully speaking.
Yeah.
Oh, Chanel, I appreciate you coming to join the conversation. I'm going to ban you from wrestling with Wes. That's number one. Number two,
you feel some type of way about this wrestling with Wes.
Listen, West mud wrestles with all the women, okay? So we gotta have an equal opportunity.
Basically, we gotta have affirmative action going, you know.
Yeah, you know what I mean? EEOC or whatever the thing is called. You know, and Carla was
I better
here
take
earlier,
some notes
and
from Wes.
she likes. Say less. I will drop my tone.
Wes, what you want to respond to that with?
Wes, I need you. Don't look at the screen. Just talk.
No, I'm with the equal opportunity. Non-discriminatory mud wrestling for sure.
Yes,
My man.
Hey,
So,
but I did love everything she said though. Like I appreciate everything she said. Just to put that out there, just to let you know it didn't fall on deaf ears. I appreciate that, Chanel.
She got. Chanel, I'm sorry. Chanel, did you get dressed just to come on this live?
No,
hey, she been on
I
a
did
date,
not.
bro.
This is what I look like today.
She was on a date. Oh, okay. Say less. Well, anyway, thank you for coming to Ask a Black Man Anything. We very much appreciate you showing your face and being present. We appreciate you and Carla, and you're welcome to stay here in the conversation in the green room unless we need the space for someone else. I think, if I'm correct, I do want to take a moment to address the people that are here in the audience. I want to say thank you all for joining Ask a Black Man Anything tonight. Thank you for joining our live, and make sure that you like the live. Just want to tell YouTube that we're doing a great job. Make sure you share it also. I'm going to ask you to do two things: like the live, which is not very difficult, and also share it on your social media. The way to share it on social media is click share, copy, and then just make a post on your social media. Also, if you're currently on Clubhouse, which is where we started about, the 8th month, about 5 months ago, almost 6 months ago now. If you're currently on Clubhouse, make sure you go to youtube.com/askablackmananything if you can. I understand there are some people that are listening to us in listen mode and they're at work, but I definitely would love for you to join the conversation at youtube.com/askablackmananything. Or if you're on Clubhouse and you want to talk to us, hit join.aabma.live, and pose a question. So we would love to have you for that as well. With that being said, we have Ro Renee next in the box in the green room. Ro Renee, good evening. How are you, Queen?
Hey, King, how are you? Hi, Kings, how are you all doing today? Good evening.
Listen, I heard that voice was to die for, so I was waiting.
I'm saying, let me change my voice. Let me get right.
What's up, Ro Renee?
You got the fellas dropping a couple octaves.
I'm a Gemini. And, it's nice to meet you.
Say less.
Yeah, sir. Aries over here. Got the Aries vibes.
I might have to put on that Quiet Storm voice. Nah, you ain't gonna get me shot. I done had a couple people tell me that is my quiet. No, I'm just playing. Anyways, Ro Renee, welcome to Ask a Black Man Anything. What for us tonight?
Thank you. I was just actually listening to the conversation about the pursuit and the reciprocity and all of that, and I was just really I was having some thoughts. I was typing some thoughts in the comments, and I wanted to kind of address what I had heard regarding that vein.
Absolutely, right there.
Well, I remember when I was typing that I'm not going to compete for any man's heart. Someone, I'm not sure who it was, I'm sorry, had stated, well, had asked the question, what entitles you to my heart? And that's a valid question. But I never use that terminology. That's not my intention. I don't feel I'm entitled to anyone's heart. I'm simply acknowledging the differences between men and women, and I love the differences between us, and we think and act differently. So I'm kind of like immune to be pursuit shamed. I want it, and I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hello? Hello,
What's
hello,
the
hello.
question, or what's the?
Can you all hear me?
Hello.
Oh, we heard it.
That was me.
I was.
Yeah, that was
It's
me.
hard. It's hard to talk to a sexy voice. We probably thinking this stuff. I'm just listening to the voice.
I know. I heard this
so
like
that
part of
was
the
me.
pause. Like, okay, what's your name,
You want to
King?
exchange on that really quick? That was me. That said, I'm Shahid. That was me
Sure.
that said
Yeah.
that asked what entitles you to my heart. So like what does entitle you to my heart to where you don't have to like compete with any other woman for it? Like what do you do that I just all right, I put everybody else to the side and just give you my heart without you earning it?
That's a great question. Prosody, chasing, and being who we are are completely different. I feel that the way you all describing as far as pursuit and chasing, like men love football. You all love the competing and the games and the gladiator situations, and women like it too. But you all like that drive of being able to attain what you want and to get it. Just because we as women, those of us who want to be pursued, aren't that way, doesn't mean that we expect to just passively be picked like cotton. There are things that we can do, but it doesn't mean that we're going to pursue the man. I'm not going to compete. I feel like when me and a man are dating, we are collecting data on each other. He's showing me who he is. I'm showing him who I am. If during the course of that he decides that he wants to get to those that entertain that, that's where we go ahead and proceed. But other than that, I'm not going to try to look at other women, see what they're doing, compete against them. If they've got 5-inch heels, I'm going to have 6-inch heels. If they've got a dress up here, I'm going to have a dress down there. I'm not competing. I'm not doing that. Who I am is enough for the right man for me.
Let me jump in really quick.
That's that take me as I am.
I think there's a common. Yeah.
No, I never said take me as I am.
I think there's a common misconception when we talk about competing, though. When we talk about competing, we're not saying, hey, look at the other women that I'm currently involved with and do better than what they're doing. All we're saying is, hey, understand that there may be some other women involved at a certain stage, and until you separate yourself from these other women, they're going to remain. And if you separate yourself or they separate themselves, then that's where my attention and my heart is going to. But this idea that you're just not going to do it because there's other women around, and that's fine, cool. You can step away.
Well,
but nobody is saying like, look at this woman. This woman just bought me.
Y'all try to make it seem like it's flavor of love or something like that's not what we're saying.
But dear,
you're not in a bracket, right? You're not in a bracket, and you're not saying, oh, let me compare. Her heels are better. She wears Louis Vuitton. This, she buys me, Prada, Gucci, whatever. It's not that. It's make sure you're feeding me more than the other person is, since we don't want to use the term compete, and that seems to be like a trigger word, right? Feed me better than the person
you all faded out for a second.
That have my attention, right? Give me 1 second, Queen, because I
but here's the thing,
I usually say this: make sure that you're head and shoulders.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was a
every
delay.
Other
I
person.
apologize.
You're good. You're good. Just make sure that you're head and shoulders above the other person.
I'm sorry, it was a delay.
If a person, if a woman doesn't initiate any actions, and the only thing that she does is she just allows me to do it, make sure you initiate actions. Like, you hold my hand, right? You reach out and grab my arm. You call me and tell me that you want to see me too, right? And don't just wait for me to do everything first, right? You do some actions that you desire to be done to you. Those first, because when you're doing things first, then that competition looks like. That's what feeding me looks like. Pour into me so that I'm not empty. Go ahead, Ro Renee. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to lie to you, Chris. Not to jump in. I'm not going to lie to you. I believe that if you are the man and you are the top of any profession that you're in, or any community work that you're in, or you're just the creme de la creme, women are going to pursue you. Women are going to actively pursue you. I think a majority of the women are dealing with regular men. They're dealing with regular men where they could play these games. But if you're that man like myself, you have to pursue me, or I won't even notice you. And I want to pass the ball to Trill, because Trill has something on his IG stories this week that talks about the psychology of women wanting men to chase them. It's a reason why they want you to chase them. And it's a very degrading, disrespectful way of saying, if this doesn't go well, why did you waste my time? Why did you even come after me? See, but when you're the man, no girl can say that to me, because you came after me, because you know I provide, I protect, I support, I guide, I do everything. So you have to come to me. Any girl that I chased and stuff, it didn't end up well because they didn't know the value in me. But any girl that came after me, even though we might not be together, they know the value in me, because they know, like, I went after him because he had the attributes that I want in my life. He had the attributes to change my life. So I'm not jacking none of what anybody's saying. If you are the man, women are going to pursue you, period. If you're not the man, that's when you have to chase them. And Trill, can you please elaborate on that psychology? I didn't want to put you, put you out there, but that was something amazing on your IG stories.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's about I touch on relationships, all about leverage. And a lot of people refuse to admit that because they like to fantasize it. They like to fairy tale it, But at the end of the day, it's about leverage. Like, both people in that situation or relationship should be happy to be there. And if one of them feels like, okay, I did you the favor here initially, because that's what you chasing her is going to do. Like, she's going to feel like, okay, I you chased me for months, I finally gave in. Like, we see this all the time. Like, whenever like a chick get engaged or something, yeah, he pursued me for years and I never gave him a chance, but I finally did, and now we're on to something. So in her mindset, she's here and he's here subconsciously, even if she doesn't say it out loud. That's how she feels. So however that relationship starts, tone wise, that's the mindset that she's gonna have throughout the whole relationship. And just like King just said, if it ever ends, you pursue me or whatever. Like that's the mindset. You pursue me. So that's why I don't believe in the whole chasing thing. It's gonna be it's gonna be mutual. Now I do agree that as a man, you should initiate or whatever to let her know that you're interested. But as far as chasing a woman, if I let you know that I'm interested and you're not trying to play ball, then your ass is out of there. It's just simple as that. I'm not chasing anything because I don't have to, and I think that's what King is touching on.
If we should start changing, like, the trigger word, like Chris said, no competition. No, go ahead, Queen. I don't want to just interrupt you. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. There's a delay. I apologize. The only thing, King, is that
go ahead.
like I feel a little bit slighted, and here's why. You have a right to want women to pursue you, but I'm not demonizing that. However, my feeling and my standpoint of wanting my future husband to pursue me, you're demonizing that, and you're saying that it's somehow disrespectful and degrading. And I take issue with that because I hold men, especially my brothers, to a very, very high standard, and I have very high regard. I only want someone to pursue who wants to. I'm not sitting here being entitled. I'm feeling like if the man wants to be the lead, and I believe in a man being the lead over me and being my covering, taking the lead starts at the beginning for me. I'm not going to initiate or pursue. What I will do is once he shows interest and initiate, I have no problem of taking his hand, showing my concern, showing my interest, cooking him a meal, showing him, getting him gifts, all the things that can make him feel special because he deserves to feel appreciated. But I'm not going to spot a man in a crowd and say, I'm going after that one right there and I'm going to pursue him. That's just not my energy, King.
Right.
And I'm not going to be made
Right.
to feel bad
Right. And I
because it's not.
and I respect that. And I respect that. But that's why you're not going to get the man you deserve. That's why you are not going to get the man you deserve. Let me tell you why. You're not going to get the man you deserve. The man that you truly deserve. You know what happens to those who wait? You get what's left over. All right? In anything, corporate America, sports, relationships, the people that go and hunt, they get the first take. We get what we want first. And whoever waits gets what's left over. That's for scavengers. Queen, you are not a scavenger. You are a hunter. Let me be the first one to tell you that.
I'm not
you
a
are
hunter.
a hunter. You are not a scavenger. Let me finish. When you say hunter, but let me finish. It's not when I say hunter, you don't want to accept that philosophy, and that's cool. But that means two things for me. And please don't ever take this as disrespect. I just talk with a lot of passion. Is there a man in this world that you think is the ideal man? Did you ever meet a man that's handsome? He has his stuff together financially, mentally, emotionally. Did you ever meet a man like that yet?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have.
Okay, no, you met a man you met a man like that yet? Well, he really wasn't a man because he was. You would have said, you know what? I can't let this man.
No.
But I didn't. I don't. You know, it's a delay. It's a delay. So that's gonna be. So one of us has to.
Sorry.
Yeah. Let me finish my thought. Let me finish my thought. I'm sorry. It's you. If you met that type of man, you would not want him to leave your presence or your life. You would not. You would not. For example, I don't want to put Colin out there. Colin had a beautiful woman that I realized what kind of man he was. And she wasted no time to make sure, am I right or wrong, Colin, that she made you realize that you were that man or no?
King, thank you for actually bringing it to me because I was actually going to push back just a little bit. Because the scenario you described is me, to where it's like, I know my value, I know what I do, and I'm completely oblivious, to the dating scene because I chose not to partake in that. So how me and my lady met, she actually caught my attention. I was visually attracted first because she was in the same room. I was visually attracted first, then she came on stage, and then she spoke. So she made me do something that I'm not accustomed to doing because, like I said, I wasn't in the dating scene. I wasn't really checking for anybody. She made me step into her DM. So I actually did pursue her. So, but it was on her to respond back. If she didn't respond, then I would have just moved on. But she responded. It was dialogue. She showed interest back, and the rest is history. So that's why I was going to push back a little bit because I am that man that you described, King. But I was the one that chose to. Okay, she got my attention. I'm gonna reach out to her.
But
if that interest wasn't there,
but Colin, the difference is you didn't chase her. You just initiated conversation, and that's what Trill was saying. A man should initiate conversation.
So,
but
I think that's where Ro might be getting confused a little bit. So just when you're breaking it down a little bit more.
Okay, thank you. Clear it up for me, please. Clear it up for me, because a man is going to initiate conversation, but I'm not chasing a woman. I'm not chasing a woman. She should know she like me or not. I'm going to say hello. I'm going to hit her DMs, but I'm not going to be like, oh, damn, she's annoying me. I might have to send her flowers for a whole week straight. Oh, man, she's annoying me. I got to go and ask a friend to put a good word for me. I'm not doing that. Not anymore.
So, Ro, we will initiate. If there's interest and you get our attention, you catch our eye, something like that, we will initiate as men. And like I said, if y'all are interested, if y'all are feeling us too, then of course, then y'all will do your part and, keep that conversation going. But if you're not interested, you'll just be like, I'm good, and things like that, and we'll just simply move on. So do you receive that, Ro?
I received that, but I have a question from the for those who believe differently. Do they believe that men and women are different in any way other than physically? Do you believe that there are chemical, hormonal differences, even cognitive differences between men and women?
Yes, I do.
That's my question.
Yes, I believe there's differences, but the reason why I say I'm not chasing and a woman should woman.
I'm sorry.
No. The reason why I say So the reason why I say that is because I believe there's so many differences between men and women. I need to chase any more in my life currently right now. It's because once a woman gets with me, her life is good, upgraded, higher quality of life. So why would I chase you to give you load? I'm confused.
You in the Matrix,
so,
King.
But here's the thing.
I ain't in here, man.
I find it, if we believe, and